possessions you have, the less virtuous people will be. The more weapons you have, the less secure people will be. The more subsidies you have, the less self-reliant people will be. Therefore, the Master says, I let go of the law. People become honest. I let go of economics, and people become prosperous. I let go of religion, and people become serene. I let go of all desire for the common good, and the good becomes common as grass. 58. If a country is governed with tolerance, the people are comfortable and honest. If a country is governed with repression, the people are depressed and crafty. When the will to power is in charge, the higher the ideals, the lower the results. Try to make people happy, and you lay the groundwork for misery. Try to make people moral, and you lay the groundwork for vice. Thus the Master is content to serve as an example and not to impose her will. She is pointed, but doesn't pierce. Straightforward, but supple. Radiant, but easy in the eyes. 59. For governing a country well, there is nothing better than moderation. The mark of a moderate man is freedom from his own ideas. Tolerant like the sky, all-pervading like sunlight, firm like a mountain, supple like a tree in the wind. He has no destination in view, and makes use of anything life happens to bring his way. Nothing is impossible for him. Because he has let go, he can care for the people's welfare, as a mother cares for her child. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who point out his faults as his most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. 62. The Tao is the center of the universe, the good man's treasure, the bad man's refuge. Honors can be bought with fine words. Respect can be won with good deeds. But the Tao is beyond all value, and no one can achieve it. Thus, when a new leader is chosen, don't offer to help him with your wealth or your expertise. Offer instead to teach him about the Tao. Why did the ancient masters esteem the Tao? Because being one with the Tao, when you seek, you find. And when you make a mistake, you are forgiven. That is why everybody loves it. 63. Act without doing. Work without effort. Think of the small as large, and the few as many. Confront the difficult while it is still easy. Accomplish the great task by a series of small acts. The master never reaches for the great. Thus she achieves greatness. When she runs into a difficulty, she stops and gives herself to it. She doesn't cling to her own comfort. Thus, problems are no problem for her.
His wife,
64. What is rooted is easy to nourish. What is recent is easy to correct. What is brittle is easy to break. What is small is easy to scatter. Prevent trouble before it arises. Put things in order before they exist. A giant pine tree grows from a tiny sprout. The journey of 1,000 miles starts from beneath your feet. Rushing into action, you fail. Trying to grasp things, you lose them. Forcing a project to completion, you ruin what was almost ripe. Therefore, the master takes action by letting things take their course. He remains as calm at the end as at the beginning. He has nothing, thus has nothing to lose. What he desires is non-desire. What he learns is to unlearn. He simply reminds people of who they have always been. cares about nothing but the Tao.
Subscribe to this YouTube.
He can care for all things. 65. The ancient masters didn't try to educate the people, but kindly taught them to not know.
How do they sound? How do they make you feel?
When they think that they know the answers, people are difficult to guide. When they know that they don't know, people can find their own way.
Subscribe to this.
If you want to learn how to govern, avoid being clever or rich. The simplest pattern is the clearest. Content with an ordinary life, you can show all people the way back to their own true nature. 66. All streams flow to the sea because it is lower than they are. Humility gives it its power. If you want to govern the people, you must place yourself below them. If you want to lead the people, you must learn how to follow them. The master is above the people, and no one feels oppressed. She goes ahead of the people, and no one feels manipulated. The whole world is grateful to her, because she competes with no one. No one can compete with her. 67. Some say that my teaching is nonsense. Others call it lofty, but impractical. But to those who have looked inside themselves, this nonsense makes perfect sense. And to those who put it into practice, this loftiness has roots that go deep. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Simple in actions and in thoughts, you return to the source of being. Patient with both friends and enemies, you accord with the way things are. Compassionate toward yourself, you reconcile all beings in the world.
Listen to what this shit comes out of this piece of shit's mouth.
68.
He's human shit. He makes death threats. He wants people to
The
be
best
killed.
athlete
He's a piece of
wants
shit.
his opponent at his
He's lucky
best.
he's in Europe enjoying the wealth of the West. This piece of shit should
The
be in
best
some
general
dust town in some fucking
enters
desert.
the mind of his enemy.
Saying, man, this place sucks. My life sucks.
The
I'm
best
milking a
businessman
goat.
serves the communal good.
My life sucks. I live in a fucking rock.
The best
In some
leader
valley in some fucking
follows the
tent.
will
I'm
of the
milking a
people.
goat like a Bedouin. Man, this place sucks.
All of
That's
them
where he
embody the
belongs.
virtue
That's
of
what pieces of shit like
non-competition.
him belong.
Not that they don't love to compete, but they do it in the spirit of play. In
Am
this,
I
they are
insane?
like children,
Am I the one? Am I
and in
the one
harmony
who
with
goes
the
to
Tao.
attacks October
69.
Stay on stage and
gotten on the ballot yet?
The generals have a saying:
There's been no challenges yet. That doesn't happen for now.
rather than make the first move, it is better to wait and see. Rather than advance an inch, it is better to retreat a yard. This is called going forward without advancing, pushing back without using weapons. There's no greater misfortune than underestimating your enemy. Underestimating your enemy means thinking that he is evil. Thus, you destroy your three treasures and become an enemy yourself. When two great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one that knows how to yield. 70. My teachings are easy to understand and easy to put into practice. Yet your intellect will never grasp them, and if you try to practice them, you'll fail. My teachings are older than the world. How can you grasp their meaning? If you want to know me, look inside your heart. 71. Not knowing is true knowledge. Presuming to know is a disease. First realize that you are sick. Then you can move toward health. The master is her own physician. She has healed herself of all knowing. Thus, she is truly whole. 72. When they lose their sense of awe, people turn to religion. When they no longer trust themselves, they begin to depend upon authority.
Okay, we're gonna do some magic poetry now.
It's just ranting about it. What?
No, you guys.
No clue.
He is very funny, but he is a real pain in the ass sometimes. But he's very funny.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper, America's #1 trusted paper towel.
This is the most dangerous planet in the universe. And you've come to hunt an apex predator.
What up, C? We're reading poetry.
And these are 3-minute clips for YouTube. We're reading collected works of the great Father Potterham. Of the master. Why? I'm eating a peach. Some tripods are better than others. Portable selfie stick tripod. $20. All metal, no plastic.
Let's see. What are you talking about? Cool.
Which one is alpha, do you think?
Alpha's the one like that, and yours the one.
Diáconos. Life's a beach.
I'm eating a peach.
I'm eating a peach. it's taking me forever to do this poetry reading, but we're about to get started. We're getting closer and closer. This phone doesn't want to work.
Now, he has police.
Tree to defeat Darren. What subjects we haven't discussed?
I have to work on that phone. Very rare will you get somebody to come out on a Sunday. It's like people like to use Sunday as their self-care day. I like it that way too. I have a lot of things I gotta do. This one's almost out of battery already.
I'm eating a peach.
What up, Grace?
John, I want to hear about your candidacy.
Oh, what do you want to know?
I don't know anything about you. I used to run campaigns. I worked at the White House, and I know nothing about you.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm running in the 16th district of Illinois. Again,
16 visit what state?
I'm in Illinois in the 16th district.
Okay, I didn't hear Illinois. Great.
I'm running against Darren LaHood, and we have 1,130 signatures. We need 700 signatures on our petitions. We submit October 27th, 28th, and the website is johnforcongress.com. I'm running as a fiscal conservative. My mantra is stop borrowing, stop spending, stop taxing.
Stop taxing. Thank you. Okay. And who's your? Is there an incumbent?
The current congressman that I'm running against is a Republican. I'm running as a Republican. The incumbent, Darren LaHood, he's been there 10 years. His daddy was in Congress for 30 years. And he was also Obama's transportation secretary. But Darren sits on 2 oversight committees. He's big into everything you could think of that they're not shutting anything down. National Surveillance Act, National Defense Authorization Act. They just keep borrowing and spending. And that's what's happening. So I'm using poetry to hopefully wake up the constituents to vote for me on YouTube.
Very nice. Very nice. But how are you on the vote day?
Well, we have to get on the ballot, and if we beat him March 17th of next year, we'll have a full 9 months, 8 months to run campaigns and do on the ground and digital advertising and hopefully defeat the Democrat. But just beating Darren LaHood it's very difficult. He's got $10 million, and I'm very critical of the COVID-19 vaccine deployment and response and Operation Warp Speed, and what he told everybody. He told everybody, you have to get vaccinated. Otherwise, this pandemic will never end, and we'll all be locked up in our houses, and we'll all die unless you get vaccinated with this experimental gene modifier. It's not a vaccine. It is literally gene therapy. So it's a gene modification, engineered chemical. I don't know. Are you vaxxed? Have you had any adverse reaction?
No, we haven't had any adverse reaction. I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, are you double vaxxed, triple boosted?
Yes.
And do you get your annual flu shot?
Yes.
And you've had no medical repercussions at all, only an enhancement to your health?
I didn't get COVID, and that's the best part.
And you didn't give anybody COVID, right?
Right.
Well, then that's great news. But unfortunately, the science doesn't hold up to your outcome because the data says otherwise.
Aaron, look.
So how's the money coming in? Are you going to, like everyone else has been doing? I worked at the White House, and I worked for, I'm a Democrat, so you should know that. And I worked for Jimmy Carter, and, I've been on both sides of the aisle helping people in campaigns. So I've had a long, I'm a cantor. I retired, but even when I was head of the school in Hoboken, New Jersey, I was able to change the trajectory of Hoboken, New Jersey, from the mob bosses for hundreds of years to a new way of democracy about 20 years ago.
Mhm.
And my thing is, political campaigns. I'm very good at it. I mean, once I became a cantor, I had to hold off, but I did say to the rabbi at my congregation that I'm very good and we need to change Hoboken or we're going to keep sitting in this ridiculousness of 100 congregation that I was leading, the place was falling apart. You know, we had like 25 congregants, and we wanted to start a school. It was a beautiful building, and all was successful. So we were able to do it and change the trajectory. And Hoboken is a good steed. So,
But
yeah.
what happened to the mob bosses?
Mob bosses, what happened to the mob bosses? That's a very good question. I should go and answer that, and my mind is fading after all these years. What happened to the mob bosses? My girlfriend got a 2-term there. A lot of cleaning up. There was a lot of cleaning up of the police department. There was a lot of, I called in a lot of people from the state to regulate when we had elections. And Hoboken was no longer the place that they remembered for the past 200 years. It had been going on forever and ever, and there were no longer a place. Hoboken, New Jersey also was built up. It was, when I was there 20-something years ago, it was ready to go into the Hudson River, literally how bad it was. And I had just gotten married, and somebody said there's this little congregation, but don't get scared. You know, they haven't been able to keep it up. And I said to the other clergy, hey, I know how to do this really well. And my life was threatened many a time. And I don't know how my husband is still with me. That's a reality, because I had to go pick up voter registration, and all of that was going into the city, into New York City, and they tried on the Hudson River Parkway to put my car into the Hudson River. That was scary. And yeah, now listen, New Jersey and New York politics are very different. I mean, people hear about it and they say, oh yeah, we have similar stuff. No. This is life or death out here. And Hoboken was one of those places where it was life and death.
It's kind of crazy that people take it, to that extreme.
I'm serious. Oh yeah. Not even a question. Everything I'm telling you is no exaggeration. No exaggeration. And my girlfriend who got in there was, this mousy kind of person, and boy did she, as the people in Hoboken say, not that usually comes up out of my mouth, but she had the kahunas, as they say. I don't know how. I think that they just thought that she was never going to get in, and this was my little side hustle. And no one really knew that I really worked hard in politics before I got into the clergy. I don't forget what was taught to me. I don't forget what was taught to me in Washington. I was beat up, not physically, but beat up a lot of times in politics.
Mm.
And unfortunately, these people have been doing it for 150 years of their lives, and they were very good at it. And eventually, we got out of the box, and she got in for two terms, and Hoboken is.
It's crazy. Like, I can't.
This department, there was a lot of. We have a lot of Republicans in Hoboken, and the council is always swaying one way or the other, and that's what it's supposed to be like. And the place is totally cleaned up. I mean, everybody wants to live there, and they're spending more money than they are in New York City in Hoboken for rent. That's a little problem. But the old timers, had their houses, and they've been there for so long that they're doing okay. But the whole place was redone. You wouldn't even, you could see pictures from 20 years ago, and you can't believe that the revitalization happened. So, listen, I've been on both sides, helped, campaigns on both sides. This is a rough business. It's not easy, as you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything. I was talking to my sister about my mom yesterday. I'm like, it is like all about psychological intelligence, and how you respond if you just slip in one negative word, you can cause a
And
catastrophe.
was
Can't hear her, but
when people want to get a
psychology and human intelligence.
I hope it was one of those pipes. I hope it was one of those pipes. The issue is that you're politicking all these weeks, months to get your name out there.
Mhm.
But if you don't have a ground or of how to get those people and know your numbers to get them to the polls, you're done. You're done. It's up for toss of a coin.
Yeah, I was on NPR and I've been invited on another radio podcast, but really the outcome of whether or not I'm on the ballot and then whether or not I win the primary, like that'll all create more, publicity opportunities, and so it's all just day to day.
It is day to day, but I just gave you the bottom line. That is the bottom line. Your name recognition, getting out there, all that is very important. But on the day of, you don't have your battleground people,
Yeah.
you're not winning. And you can't win. Many politicians have just waited out because, oh, well, we made telephone calls. It's not like that. This is a war. And you need to have a war room, and you need to know every district, and you need to know who's getting them out. You got to get people, help people come to the polls. And the reality is, I don't know, what cycle you're on or what cycle it's going to be, federal or local.
It's fine.
Yeah. So if it's a federal cycle, I'm telling you, it's not enough for people to get out there. So you got to have this really, get your elderly people out there, and you got to know every address and who's going to be there, and who's going to pick them up, and who's going to help you with vans. All this is great, and you can tell me that you have a great platform and you're seeing the swell. Doesn't mean anything if they don't come that day.
Oh, I know. It's so nerve wracking, and you think about
I
like
know,
how
and
much
it
money you have.
shouldn't be. I'm just telling you, it shouldn't be. And all the times that I've been on both sides of the aisle, this is a war game. And the issue is, you need to know every household, you need to know every block, you need to have a lot of chiefs helping on those districts to get out the vote. That's your job.
Yep, I agree.
That's your job, and you need a whole bunch of people who are going to make sure that happens. These are your soldiers.
I know, unfortunately, many of my soldiers are not up to snuff because they're bought and paid for mercenaries with very, non-existent credentials, and a lot of the work is less than successful. But I am just one person doing this from a meditation perspective. I've been reading poetry on YouTube because honestly, Grace, if I don't win, the outcome or the way that I'll feel is truly the same. A lot of this is actually just publicity and credibility building for a future campaign as well. I have $600. He's got 10 million. I'm not delusional. I live in reality, and I understand how brains are bought and paid for through media. So a lot of this is just laying the groundwork for a future successful campaign, which will
Wonderful.
100%
Wonderful. Wonderful. As long as you have that good attitude. But the reality is, the real ones, it's not their fame, it's not, getting out their commercials, it's getting those people to the polls.
Yeah.
And that's been the biggest myth. He could have 10 million followers. The issue is, but if he's carting them all in busloads, then, he has the money to do it. And you're sunk.
Well, it's a little bit like a casino. it's the same thing. You know, you got to get people in the buses. You have to get them there. If they just see an advertisement but they don't get there, they're never gonna open up their pocketbooks. So, anyways, I hope you enjoy this meditation. It's a poem. I know you spend a lot of time on this app talking to people and moderating. But in the book club, which is the house you're in,
Yes.
we have one rule. One rule, and that's we only read books to each other.
Wow. Look at that. Didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, no opinions, no long form conversations, because conversations are actually just conversational hypnosis. And so I think that if we really want to change ourselves, you know, and improve the world, we have to read. And poetry is instantaneous delight and joy. And most people are not living in joy, but poetry can bring you into a state of mind, you know, based on joy. So that's why I like to read poetry.
Right.
And these are like 3-minute clips for YouTube, so I go about 2 minutes, 50 seconds, and then it's a cut.
Okay.
So take the deepest breath of the day, hold it for 10 seconds. This poem is called Astray in Her Paths. I feel thee shudder clinging to my arm before the battlements of the salt sea, black billows tipped with phosphorescent light, towering from where we stand to yonder shore. That is no earthly shore, but guards the coast of that which is from that which is to be. Wherefore it kindles no evasive fire, nor blaze through the night, but lies forgotten, gray in the twilight. Never a star is out to light the broad horizon. Only here, behind us cluster lamps, and busy sounds of men proclaim a city. But to us they are not here, for we, because we love, are not of earth, but as the immortals stand with eyes immutable, our souls are fed on a strange new nepenthe from the cup of the vast firmament. Nor do we dream, nor think we aught of the transient world, but are absorbed in our own deity. And our clear eyes reflect. Who dares to gaze shall see and die. The changeless empyrean, eternity, the concentrated void of space. For being the center of all things, time is to us the now, and space the here. From us all matter radiates, is a part of our own thoughts and souls. Because of thou shudderest, clinging to me, though the night jewels her empire with the frosty crown of thousand twinkling stars, whose hoary crests burn where light touches them, with diamond points of infinite far fire, save where the sea is ebony with sleep, and though the wind pierces the morrow, since it is the word of the Almighty and cuts through the air, that may not stay its fury, with a cold nipping and chill, it is not in the wind, nor through the thunder broke, or flashed the fire. From all the circle of eternity, were that the reason, for thou shudderest to hear the voice of love, it is no voice that men may hear, but an intensest rich silence. That silence when man waits to hear some faint vibration in the smitten air, and if he hear not, die, but we who love are beyond death, and therefore may commune in that still tongue. It is the only speech and song of stars and sun, nor is it marred by one dissentient tremor of the air, that girds the earth, but in lone ether spreads its song. But now I turn to thee, whose eyes blaze on me with such look as flesh and blood may never see and live, for so it burns into the innest being of the spirit, and stains its vital essence with a brand of fire that shall not change in shuddering. I gaze back, spring to spirit with delight. Okay, that's
Of the
it.
salt sea,
3 minutes.
black billows tipped with
Yeah.
phosphorescent
So
light,
Thank you so
towering
much.
from where we stand to yonder.
So that's in 3 minutes across multiple cell phones. I published this all on YouTube under Candidate John. And
Very nice.
yeah, I say it's poetry to defeat and unseat Darren LaHood.
I love it. I love it. You did good. Thank you. This was a little miracle that I found my way to you today. And I
Excellent.
appreciate it. So,
Why don't you sing? I mean, if you're a cantor, why don't you sing on this app?
oh no, 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 that's not my job.
Well,
That's not my job to sing to everybody. I do sing when I sing in the Jewish rooms when they ask me to. Absolutely.
do you know this rabbi out of Berkeley who does Kabbalah studies? Danny Mott. Danny Mott. Have you ever heard of him? Not a rabbi. He's a doctor. But anyways, anyways, I thought maybe I took his Kabbalah course. I thought maybe I heard you in one of his conference calls.
No, but I will give you a blessing today and I will sing it for you.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, guide his steps and help him find his way. He needs your shelter now. Wrap him in his arms and guide his steps and help him make this day a song of praise to you. Wrap him in your arms and guide his steps. And that's with me laying down. I'm sorry.
Wow, that was beautiful. Wow, that was beautiful. Wow,
Well, thank
you're
you for the opportunity to bless. This goes further than you even dreamed of.
Thanks. It is actually, I gotta say, it's kind of strange, but a lot of this is only because of Jewish friends. My Jewish friends are like stepping stones. They're always positive. Like, they're never negative. They're always giving, never taking. And so that's been my observation and experience with, all my Jewish friends in my life.
May they continue to help you along your way. That's all I have to say. They better.
Yeah, I mean, I help them along in the way too. I mean, it's always reciprocal. So thanks for being here. I'm
It
all.
was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. We
And
will.
I wish you a lot of luck. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye, Grace.
from the Chicago outfit, but I believe that he wasn't snitching on the outfit. He instead, like, snitched on people from different countries, because that's what racists
Let's
do.
get fiscal. Lesson 2, credit card combat. Giving your finances together. Learn to master your money with Credit Karma today for a stronger tomorrow. Defend yourself against generic advice and one-size-fits-all recommendations. Credit Karma gathers offers from trusted partners, helping you quickly pin down the cards and loans that are right for you so you can build those money muscles. Harness the power of Credit Karma today to win your financial future tomorrow.
Towering from where we stand to yonder shore, there is no earthly shore but guards the coast of that which is from that which is to be. Wherefore it kindles no evasive fire, no blaze through the night but lies forgotten, gray in the twilight, never a star is out to light the broad horizon. Only here, behind us cluster lamps and busy sounds of men proclaim a city. But to us, they are not here, for we, because we love, are not of earth, but as the immortals stand with eyes immutable. Our souls are fed on a strange new nepenthe from the cup of the vast firmament. Nor do we dream, nor think we aught of the transient world, but are absorbed in our own deity. And our clear eyes reflect, who dares to gaze shall see and die. The changeless empyrean eternity, the concentrated void of space. For being the center of all things, time is to us the now, and space the here. From us all men radiance is a part of our own thoughts and souls, because we love our shadowest, clinging to me, though the night jewels grim empire with the frosty crown of thousand twinkling stars, whose hoary crests burn where light touches them with diamond points of infinite far fire.
Why don't you sing? I mean, if you're a cantor, why don't you sing on this
The
album?
motto, since it is the word of the Almighty, pass through the air,
Of
that
the
may not
song
stay its fury.
Black
Cold
Bills,
nipping chill
Fox,
is not its wind, nor through the thunder flash the fire.
It's kind of crazy.
The circle of eternity was at the reason, for thou shadowest together voice of love.
Sure, we need 7
It is no more
signatures on
men may hear,
petitions.
but in
We submit October
rich
27th.
silence. That silence when man waits to hear some faint vibration in the smitten air. And if he hear not, die, but we who love are beyond death, and therefore made immune an extant tongue. It is the only speech in song of stars and sun, nor is it marred by one dissentient tremor of the air. Girds the earth, but in lone ether spreads its song. But now I turn to thee, whose eyes blaze on me with such look as flesh and blood may never see and live, for so it burns into the innest being of the spirit and stains its vital essence with a brand of fire that shall not change in shuddering. I gaze back, spring to spirit with blindness. And that's a salt sea. 3 minutes. Towering from where we stand to yonder shore, there is no earthly shore but guards the coast of that which is from that which is to be. Wherefore it kindles no evasive fire, nor blaze through the night but lies forgotten, gray in the twilight.
That's what me laying down. I'm sorry.
Wow, that was beautiful. Wow, that was really beautiful. Wow,
Well, thank you for the opportunity to bless. This goes further than you even dreamed of.
Thanks. You know, it is actually, I gotta say, it's kind of strange, but a lot of this is only because of Jewish friends. You know, my Jewish friends are like stepping stones, where they're always positive, like they're never negative, they're always giving, you know, never taking, and so that's been my observation and experience with, you know, all my Jewish friends in my life.
May they continue to help you along your way. That's all I have to say. They better.
Again, whether they like it or not.
Along in the way too. being here.
Now, he half believes it, half doubts it.
Alright, that's the fun.
Do stay on stage and get a closing thought at the time. If you're in the audience and you want to come up, you are encouraged to do so, because as it gets closer to the top of the hour, it will be next to impossible to do that. And if you
Rejoice, for we trust in his holy name. May your unfailing love rest upon us, O Lord. God makes his people strong. God gives his people peace. Who will praise God's name in song and glorify him with thanksgiving. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. The Lord is good and his love endures forever. The Lord will keep you from all harm. Open your mouth and taste. Open your eyes and see how good God is. The Lord upholds all those who fall. The Lord has heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. In him our hearts.
And who is a real enemy of people who want a future for humanity. You see, there are also people I want to make Western simple.
That means, what are you trying to transmit, Dave?
I'm here to speak my version of understanding. If you don't agree, you can, challenge it, whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would just hit a bell, basically.
Okay, Big Rex asked me, do I support Israel? Right? Yes. So, that is my position.
Mr. Congressman, there was a lot of,
But I see the bigger picture is unity in US, unity in Europe, and not to be compromised by people from the Arab nation who
He's
hate
eating
Israel
peace.
to let them succeed in this. Because if
I'm
you
eating a
weaken
peach.
the unity in Europe and unity in
That means, what are you trying to transmit, Dave? Sweet.
I'm here to speak my version of understanding.
How do they sound? How do they make you feel? What do you think? Candidate Congressman John Kitover,
Yeah.
the Chinese Congressman John Kitover, Congressman John is reading poetry. Congressman John.
Okay, Big Rex asked me who I support.
I wish you best wish anything that
Seen him in many months now, which I feel like has been a good thing for me. And see, that's the thing about being your true, authentic self, is if you get blocked, it's what you actually desire, because I want to remove these people from my communication. And by maybe harassing them or trolling them or letting them know I'm recording what they're saying, like that basically frees up more of my time for me.
Wait, are you blocked out of evangelism?
For the sage says, I do not make any fuss, and the people transform themselves. Wisdom, I choose akin to the newborn babe. This perfection seems imperfectly. Truly, too much honor means no honor. What is it in the end to be shrunken, as small as it is in its Om has several meanings. It is the sound of all sounds, the sound of the universe, the sound of creation, the beginning of life. Om contains 4 separate parts. Om. Silence. Sit comfortably with your back straight. Inhale. On the exhalation, begin chanting Om. Remember the 4 distinct parts. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. Chant twice more.
Damn.
I am part of life.
life's joyful sound. Benefits releases tension and dispels negative energy. Promotes a feeling of total peace. Releases powerful spiritual vibrations. Fills the entire self with Om has several meanings. It is the sound of all sounds, the sound of the universe, the sound of creation, the beginning of life. Om contains four separate parts. Om, silence. Sit comfortably with your back straight. Inhale. On the exhalation, begin chanting Om. Remember the four distinct parts. Pause, inhale, and exhale. Chant twice more. I am part of life's joyful sound. Benefits, releases tension, dispels negative energy, promotes a feeling of total peace, releases powerful spiritual vibrations, fills the entire self with luminous energy. Om has several meanings. It is the sound of all sounds, the sound of the universe, the sound of creation, the beginning of life. Om contains four separate parts. Om, silence. Sit comfortably with your back straight. Inhale. On the exhalation, begin chanting Om. Remember the four distinct parts. Pause, inhale, and exhale. Chant twice more. I am proud of life's
Because the balance are regards to feeling of there's feelings of challenge and that those happen for some reason.
Vaccine, liar, gun grab.
Exhalation begins. Chant twice.
Hit that like button and subscribe now. Share this video. Put a comment in the chat right now. Like the video now. Share the video now. Like it. Leave me a comment. I want to hear from you. What are you thinking about right now? Leave me a comment. Hit that video. And it's Darren the Hood. I need you to like this video. Subscribe to this YouTube account. I'm going to read to you a poem. This is candidate John running against Darren the Hood in the 16th District. This is called The Bean Peddler. I do not envy any man, but if I did, 'twere him whose will is to take an old petroleum can and supply beans and chilies and set a trellis work of palm beside the public way and squat there all day in charitable calm. Passers-by who sniff the bog there, bubbling and steaming as they stop. Salam, makes the time of day. Gorge a playful while they chop. Small talk, go the lazy way. A soon poorer, happy man. Guesses not what harsh and knavish woes went to make that old tin can. Among those mercenary, slavish mongrels across the Atlantic waves before it reached his green oasis.
That's the worst thing in the world.
Are the only slaves, thanks to
I don't think anybody ever expects to hear that their child has cancer. It's
give me
always
an old tin can and a supply of beans and chilies, and I shall be a happy man whose way is even as his will is. Started getting in a fight with me and got very upset. And the cashier says to me, "Oh, you didn't know? You're just along for the ride." And I was like, oh, a fucking cashier is telling me that I'm just along for the ride? I was like, damn. I
was just like in disbelief because I was like, I had never realized that I was a bitch. That I was just like along for the ride with my mom. That like she's gonna do and say whatever the hell she wants. She can give two shits. I'm on her boat. I'm in her house. Like it's not the other way around. Sorry, like sorry.
It's like he was Ireland, but carrying the anti-Semite. Yes. Waste your time. You don't read books no more. You all got brain rot. So I can come in here, do my little comedy show, make you all giggle and say, oh man, thank God somebody's having a good time. Because everybody wasting. Yes.
Yeah, it is true.
But carrying the anti-Semite. Yes. Wasting your time.
How can you express?
Wasting your time. You don't read books no more.
Why don't you sing? I mean, if you're a cancer, why don't you sing on this app? Battlements of the salt sea. Black billows tipped with phosphorescent light.
Okay, it was one of those types. So I was like,
Signatures, we need 700 signatures.
Hello? It's just ranting about. It's like he was.
Here's one of our top 10 donors.
And you gotta start with the carrying the anti-Semite. Yes.
The land of the bluest heaven, studded
alternative to laser. Enjoy 2 years free from hair and hair removal.
Say it. Say it. B is for boy. You are boy. Forget it. You will never learn.
The boy I would like to couple up with is
Boy. Me boy.
found the show.
Check out today.
Do as I feel. Oh yeah, mostly will.
You bewitched me, but it's so.
This is how you make Christmas tree fun.
No.
sip here. What's harder, picking plays or picking outfits? More ice in your veins or ice in your chains? Next course. If you gotta be twice as good, can you throw twice as far? Do you regret ordering the brand's email?
Gotta get locked out of accounts. Gotta everything gets suspended. It's like Jesus. Fucking can't I just use a cell phone over here the way I want to use a cell phone?
Discover everything banking should be with Advia Credit Union. Like earning real finance.
What does it say? Your account will be reviewed for a blue check mark. So, oh, okay. It's Kennedy, John. We're reading poetry, listening to music here. One of the best blueberries I've ever had. People at the live clubhouse. To keep the clubhouse fame. Probably the funniest title I've ever seen.
Is that anti-Semitic Jew hating, red-faced, pubic hair looking, low IQ, clubhouse cocksucking motherfucking piece of shit? Is that who that is? Is that who the fuck that is? Lazo! Lazo! Hey Lazo! Make your bed, Lazo! Make your bed! Make your bed, Lazo! Go clean your room! Daddy coming home, we gonna whoop your ass! Go clean your room, Lazo! Make your bed! Daddy coming home, Lonzo! Daddy coming home, Lonzo!
We gotta clip that one.
Go make your bed, Lonzo! Daddy coming home! I think that's what you're saying. Signing.
Singing! Singing and signing. Nobody wants to come and play in my rooms anymore. Wonder why. Diáconos! We need to call someone. Damn, Scott put me to voicemail, dog. Hey Sadie, this is John. I hope you're having a great weekend. If you are free this afternoon and you'd like to get some brunch, just give me a call or text me. Looking forward to speaking with you and maybe meeting you. Hope you're having a great day. Bye. Who else can we call? We gotta call the Gruber. Grover. Hey, hey, Jasmine, it's John. I don't know if you're free this afternoon for brunch, but if you want to go down to the Dock Restaurant or maybe somewhere in Andersonville, would love to hear from you. I hope you're having a great weekend. Bye. Yeah, we could. See, the thing is, you could call into my show. You don't actually have to come into my recording studio to be in the show. Hey, Daniela, how are you doing? You're driving back. I called you when you were driving there. Full circle.
I know. That was a weekend. Now it's the end of the weekend. We're driving back.
Full circle. Such a short trip. What a waste of a drive. So much driving. Exhausting.
I know. We're both like 5 pounds fatter. We did a lot of eating.
Oh, 5 pounds of fat. That's 5 pounds of shit.
The food there is so good. Oh my god. It is like half the price of Seattle and bomb food. Oh my god, I've been eating for like 3 days straight. And then we found a gym one day. We did go to the gym. We bought like a day pass. The gym is not fancy. It's not fancy like Arizona and out Southern California. I didn't like it. So
Well,
yeah.
did you break a sweat?
Did I break a sweat? I did 10 minutes of cardio, and I went to the steam bath. Yeah, that's about it. I did a lot of stretching. I needed to stretch. But it's pouring rain. Like, the place is really nice. The first day, we had a lot of fun. It was sunny and warm. But the next 2 days, the weather changed, and it's been pouring rain. Cold. Like a nice snow. I swear, it's like low 40s.
Yeah, the winter is coming. I know. I gotta turn the heat on in my house.
Yeah, it's really cold. So, what'd you do this weekend?
I just read a bunch of books, worked out, went out, ate well, listened to great music, met a musician, filmed some music. It's been a fun weekend.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Well, you would like Coeur d'Alene. It's MAGA country.
MAGA country. People love Donald. So when do you think the hostages are coming out? Tomorrow? Tonight? When?
I thought they started coming back. I thought that's what I read yesterday. Is that all right?
I didn't see it in the news this morning.
Oh, I'm not really sure. I thought that was both something. You know what I did see online though was that in Gaza, that the Hamas are just like killing the rounding up different civilians and shooting them, claiming they collaborated with Israel and just shooting them point blank in the head. Executions. Yeah, they're fucked up. And another thing what they're doing, I guess, is they said that instead of, because they don't want, part of the negotiations is they don't want Hamas to rule in Gaza anymore, so they're essentially trying to change the name. Instead of Hamas, it'll be Gaza, like Palestinian Security Forces or something.
Yeah.
They're trying to change the name. That's what I read.
They have to rebrand because nobody likes the word Hamas anymore because it sounds like terrorist.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to rebrand exactly. So, yeah. So,
Well, drive safe. What are you gonna do What are you gonna do if you have to drop a big deuce on the highway? You have JICs. Those are just in case tissues.
I just asked my girlfriend who's with me. I said, "Did you shit this weekend?"
Oh.
I just asked her that. I just asked her that.
If you eat well, you should make 3 bowel movements every morning.
I know, that's what I told her. I'm like, I'm part of healthy digestion.
How many shits a day do your dogs take on average?
At least 3 a walk. Per walk.
3 drops per walk, 3 walks, 9 deuces a day. Holy shit.
I know. Holy shit, right? God. At least, no, I swear, at least like in the morning, it's probably 2 to 3 for sure. And then you definitely before bed, there's at least another one. So yeah, I don't always walk in place though. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. I usually the most I get will be yeah. I mean, I usually walk them in the morning for the morning one, and then afternoon I try to take them on the bike so they can run. And then that's about it. That's about it. I try to take them sometimes before bed, but it's not all the time. I don't always. So I go to the gym, I get back late, when I get back, I want to eat and shower and relax. I don't want to like start bundling up to take my outside in the cold, the wet, the rain again, you know? So yeah, I don't always make 3 walks a day would be ideal, but I don't always make it.
Well, imagine if you had children and you had a conversation about your children's digestion and poop, and you've yet to have that convo. When are you gonna have a baby, Daniela?
Who is that?
When are you gonna have a baby, Daniela?
Oh my god, John, that doesn't even sound like you. Like, who is that? Gaza, like Palestinian security forces or something. Hello?
No, that's me. I'm just kidding around. I'm just doing a voice.
I know. It didn't sound like your voice though, so there's not something good.
Well, drive safe. I mean, have a nice week. I hope all your dreams come true. But the quickest way to make your dreams come true is to have no desires. So, desires are the root of suffering.
What? John,
If
the
you
best way to make your dreams come true is make them come true.
Well, it's a question of communication. Everything comes down to communication. I hope they get those hostages out, and then I guarantee you they're going to go back to war with those people. I mean, they're driving around in 4-wheel trucks, fully clad up, like they're running it like a caliphate. So there's no way
I know.
that they're not going to go into direct conflict again.
I know. The Muslims right now are freaking taking over the world. Did you know, like, I was watching videos last night on Instagram of what is going on all over, but in Paris, in Europe, in Paris, like, the Muslims took over the migrants, like, took over a bunch of places in Rome. In Rome, like, this migrant tried to light a gas pipe of a residential building on fire, like light it on fire so the building would burn. And there's just like so much shit going on. I cannot believe it. Like Europe is fucked. They literally like let everybody in the country, and it's out of control. London is out of control. The theft and rape and yeah, murder, like everything. It's really bad. It's really bad. This video is really, really scary. So that is the one thing. When you're in MAGA country, it feels so much safer and cleaner, um, and no homeless. This girl last night at the bar, she just started talking to me, and she's about my age, and then she started telling me how she's from Southern California originally, and she lived in Scottsdale, and now she moved to Coeur d'Alene, and she just met her husband like a year ago. They just got married a year ago. And she's like, I was like, yeah, I haven't met my husband yet.
like, don't worry, they'll come, be patient, you know? And she's like, and anyway, she was just talking how much she loves, like, her lake that's, like, not in the country. And she said, I don't even lock my car doors. It's safe and clean. And yeah, she was just talking about it. It was just cute. She's around my age. And then, yeah, she was 41. And then she said,
Wait a second, aren't you 52?
no, not yet.
I thought you were 55. I was being generous at 52.
No, but I'm younger than your sister. So she bought me a drink at the bar. That was really sweet. And then, yeah. Then some guy started talking to me from, I guess it was from Nashville. And he had a big accent. And then I was like, oh, what are you doing in your free time? I hunt and I fish. Hold up. Okay. I was like, time to leave now. I don't want to talk to any hunters. And then who else? There was this like 25-year-old kid who was trying to get my pants, trying to kiss me and push them away. Yeah. So, you know, John, these boys are still going after the cougars. What can I say?
Oh yeah, you're just a very young puma cougar. You've barely crossed the line. You have 20 more years of easily cougaring, maybe 30 more years of cougaring.
But anyway, the bar was called the Moose, and the bars are pretty fun. Oh, so they have all this live music everywhere, and then I was asking the concierge at the hotel. I was like, oh, where can we go for some like good like country music and dancing? So he's like, oh, go to Post Falls, and he gave me the name of some bar. My friend and I drove out there. That was earlier in the evening. I guess it was too early. I thought they would start early, but we just went out there early, and they weren't really happening. It wasn't happening yet. It was around 7 when we got there, and the place looks awesome. Okay, I totally want to go back there. Like a night that is happening. They do line dancing every Friday night. Like they teach. There's a course. They teach line dancing at like 7:30 every Friday night, and then on Saturday nights they do swing dancing lessons for an hour, and then it's live music. It was like a super country bar, like huge, like dance floor, huge. And he said the place is wild, and you could tell it was like early in the evening. We got there, and then my friend didn't want to go in, so I was like, because there was nothing happening at that time, so you know, we're like, okay, we don't want to wait around anyway. It was kind of far from where we are. We had to drive 20 minutes, which on the freeway, 20 minutes, which was like towards Spokane. I don't even know where we were. It was the middle of the night. I mean, it was dark, and it was pouring rain, and I didn't really want to be partying in Spokane because it's like the border of Spokane is Washington, and Coeur d'Alene is Idaho. So I guess it's on the state line between the two. But Spokane is like known to be like a city that's like high crime, you know.
Hit that like button. Subscribe now. Comment, share, like, subscribe now.
Anytime you're like in a casual country bar, but like honky tonk style, super fun. Super fun. So I was like, oh, I would love to go back there.
Fucking crazy. This is like the longest drive to a local bar you've ever experienced. Like, congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
You just drove to the furthest bar in your life to have a drink.
It was the furthest bar, but you know, it's like, you know, those cops are just waiting when they come out of a place like that. So you do not want to be driving, you know, you got to be Ubering. And yeah,
too early, and my friend wasn't into it, so it's like, yeah, that's fine, let's go. So we went back to Coeur d'Alene, but yeah, everybody, even like Coeur d'Alene, at like midnight, we kind of stayed till around midnight, but all those cops are literally just waiting outside those bars, waiting to see white people. So really gotta be taking Uber around.
Man, I saw all these people got kicked off the train, and there were hundreds of people that couldn't get to where they needed to go, so they had to call Ubers and take buses, and trains break down. Chicago is, always a pain, can be an extreme pain in the ass city to.
Yeah.
It's only getting worse, not getting better. They're not spending any money. It's all like, for like.
Why are you still in Chicago? Why don't you just rent your place and live somewhere else?
That could be in my future. I hope you're a good prophetess. I mean, South Beach, West Palm Beach, Boynton Beach, anywhere close to the beach is where I want to be, and where it's warm. I don't care about the heat. I hate the cold, so I'd love to get out of Chicago.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking about that with my friend. I was like, because I wanted to come to Idaho to explore. I was like, I thought it would be cowboy town, and I thought I would like it, but it's not really that much of a cowboy town currently, and it's already as cold as Washington. It's freezing, and it's not a ski town. It's not quite a ski town. Like there's ski resorts within like I don't know, like a certain distance. I don't know exactly how far, but it's not a ski town. So it's like, yeah, but I really do. Like I miss the sunshine. I miss the warmth. I miss like really fancy gyms, and like so I was like, I think I want to move again. I want to move back to like I'm not sure. I was like Scottsdale was fun, but that's like straight up party place. But I really like the gyms there. But I don't think I'm from Scottsdale.
Why don't you just
I think
move?
it's just a
Why don't you just move to Newport Beach again?
Yeah, I was thinking I want to move back to maybe Southern California. Like, I really love that area. It's like there's just so. I just hate the fact that it's like Newsom country. He's just destroyed that state. It would be better if it was MAGA.
Yeah, but you know what? He can't change the weather though, so.
I know. But I'm tired of being around all these libtards and all their homeless agenda, and all their vaccine agendas and like everything, all of it. But yeah, I really love Southern California. It's by the beach, the weather's mild, you have hikes, little hikes, and then you also have an international airport right there. So it's a good place to be, it's a good place. Yeah, I want to get out. There's more Jews, like I'm not really around anyone with like my values. So I feel like a little bit empty.
Well,
It's
that allows you to, see, that's why you're never gonna leave though, because then that makes you the super apex predator amongst all of these clowns in clown world.
yeah, I don't need all that.
Yeah, but you live amongst those people, so, I don't know, a lot of those people are your tenants, a lot of those people are your, neighbors. I mean, they're unavoidable, but you'll probably never leave Seattle. I mean, you're too connected with.
No, I'm not. It's not too early. I think like somewhere between Newport and San Diego is like good for me. Somewhere like around there, The weather's so mild. It's good for my dog.
Well, anyways, people talk all the time about how moving somewhere is gonna like change their life, but the truth is, like, it really doesn't change much because the sun is still the sun, no matter wherever you go. Like,
No, it does. No, it does change. Your environment does change.
no,
It does change. Like,
the sun doesn't change.
Yeah.
The sun is the same everywhere. you make it good or you make it bad. It's up to you. That's what I'm saying. Like geography doesn't solve people's problems. People move around and then they suffer the pain in the ass of moving somewhere, and then they're like, man, shit, my problems. I still got all my same problems. I overeat. I don't go to the gym. I'm hooked on Adderall, and I don't do anything productive, and I waste all my time looking at my fucking cell phone. Like some people, doesn't matter where they live, like they're not going to change their behavior. But look at you. You're driving halfway across the country to have a drink at a country bar in MAGA territory.
That's right. It's a totally different feel, though. It doesn't really sit to feel either.
Why don't you? Why wouldn't you go back to not Vancouver, but what's that? Anyways, yeah, freaking isn't Whistler still skiing right now?
No, so no. Mom has it open. It doesn't open until Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I'm already thinking it's like
Why is it snowing in Chicago?
getting cold, but I figured up in the middle of nowhere, like maybe they already have snow.
No, they don't have snow yet. Whistler this time of year is like cloudy and rainy and overcast. That's how it is right now. It's a nice time to be in Whistler if you want to like eat in the restaurants and be in the spa and go to the gym. Like yeah, you can do it. You can just like read a book with the fireplace with a cup of hot cocoa.
Now is actually a good time for Vegas. Vegas is like I think is like a good time to go now because
Yeah, I'm gonna go to. I'm planning a trip to Vegas. Probably pretty soon. Gail's birthday was last week, and she wanted to go. And then I'm probably gonna go to Vegas soon. My parents are going next week, and yeah, so I think I'm gonna probably go to Vegas soon. But Vegas is kind of like what do you do in Vegas when you go? You know?
it's just the pool and the gym and the buffet, and the spa.
Yeah, exactly. You eat. I know. I do like to eat. Go to Vegas. It's so amazing. And the gym. There's tons of gyms. And then yeah, exactly. The pool. It might be getting too cold for the pool this time of year. It might be. I think the
Well,
weather's starting to change. Vegas gets cold for the winter.
yeah, but they got hot tubs. Everything is heated. See, the whole thing is it's the sun. People are like sun worshippers.
Yeah. I know. I'm a sun worshiper too. So that's why I was like, I can't stand overcast gray days. Like that is the worst. And the rain. As soon as the rain comes, I'm just like, get me out of here. Yeah. So I'm definitely ready for Vegas. I'm ready for Mexico. Yeah. Like California's wild. California's not that hot. You can't really get us. Can't really get us the tan in California. You know that like over there by the beach between Newport and San Diego, it's overcast all morning, right?
Yeah, I know.
The sun doesn't come out until the afternoon. Yeah, but food down there is so good. Food in California is great. We don't have good food in Washington. We don't really have like I don't have any spots that are like, oh, that's my spot. But in California, you got fish tacos everywhere. You have a lot of healthy places to eat. It's like big salads and lots of protein. It's really good. Yeah. And I really love all those like short little hikes that you can do with the eucalyptus trees and it's like dry. I love those. Those are all super fun.
All right, well, drive safe and make sure you pull off and take a whiz. Don't hold it. It's never good to hold it in.
I know. Let's see how long it takes us to get home. Because when we left Seattle, we left at 7
a.m. on Friday. 7 a.m. on the dot, and we rolled into Pennsylvania, Idaho at 12 noon. So it took us 5 hours, with a couple stops, for gas, bathroom, this and that. And now we left at 12:15. So I want to see what time we end up getting home. Hopefully we don't hit too much traffic. Coming back on weekends, people start coming back. I don't know. So we'll see. What are you doing the rest of the day?
I'm gonna go do some yoga, then suntan, and then have a nice dinner, take a hot bath, do more yoga, and then who knows, maybe some angel from Hinge will say, hey, I want to get a drink.
Yeah. Don't make her pay for it, John.
Oh, I can afford one cocktail.
Well, you're not listening to anything over here. It's freaking pouring rain. My windshield wipers are working as fast as they can go.
Wow. All right, well, be very careful and be aware, avoid it, more safety too.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Thanks for your call. Love
Okay,
you.
love you too. Take care. Bye bye. Yeah, love you. Can't wait to hang up with you so I can jump on YouTube and make a poem. Love you. Yeah, get that fake dopamine, that fake self and artificial love you comments.
Don't want to talk to any hunters.
Wants to have a baby. I want to have a baby. Free Palestine.
In our with your master, much ignoble of themselves.
John, many things we are opposed on. Like all the liberal Democrat. Let's just
Fire this YouTube account. I'm gonna read to you a scammer. The 19 vaccine liar. It's not a
It's not a vaccine, it's a gene modifier. It's gene therapeutic. This phone's about to die. Okay, we're ready for this. This is the hardest setup I've ever had to make, and I'm still not even ready to make it. Okay, we're gonna play some of this Japanese music quickly.
He's my miracle child. So how does your miracle child get cancer?
Why don't you sing? I mean, if you're a cantor, why don't you sing on this album?
That's not my job.
Well,
That's not my job to sing to everybody. I do sing when I sing in the Jewish rooms when they ask me to, absolutely.
you know, do you know this rabbi out of Berkeley who does Kabbalah studies? Danny Mott. Danny Mott. Have you ever heard of him? Not a rabbi, he's a doctor, but anyways. I took his Kabbalah course. I thought maybe I heard you in one of his, conference calls.
No, but I will give you a blessing today and I will sing it for you.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, guide his steps and help him find his way. So,
Why don't you sing? I mean, if you're battlements of the salt sea, black billows tipped with fog.
it was one of those places where
Sure, so we need 700 sing it. Hello? Let's see.
it's just
Who is one of our top 10 donors?
Okay, I guess I gotta do this. Here we go. Okay, this is poetry in the mouth. Okay, this is poetry readings. Concept John.
Going for some lengthy ones here. This is candidate John, vaccine liar. Hello, it's Gene there.
No second guesses. I wear what I want. I barely wear dresses. I wanna live, not really survive. Wishing on a dream, a man to keep me alive. Introducing the owl. I'm a queen.
Can be useful. Magical poetry for you. Kitover bringing you another amazing magic. John Kitover recording magical. We are eating recording magical. The super center Darren Kitover reading recording poetry. Lunch, my. Yeah, she's probably. The liar. Big poetry theme for joining us. Vaxologist, defeat Darren Lowe. Go to John for 19 vaccine. Spender, super dead, super attack, team vaccine, rhino, COVID-19 for Congress. 16th district reading, Congressman for the speaking poetry. I hope you enjoy the 16th district. Super dead poet for John Kitover, the 16th district for Congress.
Okay, this is another poem. This is called On the Edge of the Desert. We could finish it straight in our pass. This is candidate Congressman John Kitover reading poetry to you to defeat Darren LaHood in the 16th district, a super debt creator, super spender, super taxer, a gun grabber, a COVID-19 vaccine liar, a scammer, a frauder. Go to johnforcongress.com. I hope you enjoy this poem. This is the second part of Stray in Her Path. From all the circle of eternity, were that the reason for thou shudderest to hear the voice of love? It is no voice that men may hear, but an intensest rich silence. That silence when man waits to hear some faint vibration in the smitten air, and if he hear not die, but we who love are beyond death, therefore may commune in that still tongue. It is the only speech and song of stars and sun, nor is it marred by one dissentient tremor of the air that girds the earth, but in lone ether spreads its song. But now I turn to thee, whose eyes blaze on me with such look as flesh and blood may never see and live, for so it burns into the innermost being, the spirit, stains its vital essence with a brand, a fire that shall not change, and shuddering, gaze back, spirit to spirit, with a like insatiable desire that never quenched, nor lessened by sublime satiety, but rather crescent, hotter with the flame of its own burning that consumes it not, because it is the pure white flame of God. I shudder, holding thee to me. The gaze is still on me. 1,000 years have passed, and yet 1,000 years they are as men count years, and yet we stand and gaze with touching hands and lips immutable, as mortals stand a moment. The universe is one soul, one spirit, one flame, one infinite God, one infinite love. This is called On the Edge of the Desert. You come between me and the night that was my queen till you arose. You come between me and the light. You come between me and the snows. The sun, the sands, the horizon, since you were come, all these are gone. Leave me some love of flower and tree, some passion for the moon and stars, some ache of spring, some sigh of sea, some echo in love's ancient scars. To witness ere your reign began, that among men I was a man. No voice in life allures but yours, nor sight nor sleep allays mine eyes. Night sways my dull distemper tours, till light renews my scale of sighs. Half a man's span I have lived. In sooth, you have found the elixir that gives
This is
youth.
candidate Congressman John Kitover reading poetry to you to defeat Darren LaHood in the 16th district. Super It is no voice that men may hear.
this poem. This is the second part of Stray Inner Paths. From all the circle of eternity, without the reason for thou shudderest to hear the voice of love. It is no voice that men may hear, but an intensest rich silence. Silence when man waits to hear some faint vibration in the smitten air. And if he hear not die, but we who love are beyond death, therefore may commune in that still tongue. It is the only speech and song of stars and sun, nor is it marred by one dissentient tremor of the air that girds the earth, but in lone ether spreads its song. But now I turn to thee, whose eyes blaze on me with such look as flesh and blood may never see and live, for so it burns into the inner spirit, stains its vital essence with
It's kind of crazy that people take
show,
to that extreme.
like insatiable desire that never quenched.
This is candidate Congressman John Kitover reading poetry to defeat Darren LaHood in the 16th District. The super deck creators, super spiders, super taxer, they go on and grab or code down some vaccine liars. See, I'm gonna front or go to John for Congress.com. This is the second part of Stray Inner Paths.
From all the circle of eternity, touching hands and lips immutable, as mortals stand a moment, the universe is one soul, one spirit, one flame, one infinite God, one infinite love. This is all I need. When you have had enough to eat to dig, my socket, only in Father's Father.
Talking about the I think it's important to note what subjects we haven't discussed. We completely ignored the fact that this is a society divided by fear, hatred, and in a style of gem-like lucidity, radiant with you. The greatest love. You become supercharged for survival. This is
Your Illinois, great.
I'm running against Darren LaHood, and we have 1,130 signatures. We need 700 signatures on our petitions. We submit October 27th, 28th, and the website is johnforcongress.com. I'm running as a fiscal conservative. My mantra is stop borrowing, stop spending, stop taxing. Seen liars, scammer, a fraud. Go to johnforcongress.com. I hope you enjoy this poem. This is the second part of Stray Inner Paths. From all the circle.
Hey, Caleb, what's harder, picking plays or picking outfits? Next question. If you gotta be twice as good, can you throw twice as far? Caleb! Is Sprite responsible for your success?
This is Canada Congressman John Kitover reading poetry to defeat Darren Hood in the 16th District. Go to johnforcongress.com, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this YouTube account. Thanks so much for being here. This poem is called On the Edge of the Desert. You come between me and the night that was my queen till you arose. You come between me and the light. You come between me and the snows. Sun, the sands, the horizon. Since you are come, all these are gone. Leave me some love of flower and tree, some passion for the moon and stars, some ache of spring, some sigh of sea, some echo in love's ancient scars. To witness ere your reign began that among men I was a man. No voice in life allures but yours, nor sight nor sleep allays mine eyes. Night sways my dull distemper tours, to light renews my scale of sighs. Half a man's span I have lived. In sooth, you have found the elixir that gives youth. From the most austral east, you drove on the most fortunate wind blows. Galleon piled with treasure trove, the sun's gold, silver of the snows. All jewels, all virtue far above, all tall ship laden with true love. You strode majestical and fierce, armed an avenging Amazon, warrior maiden mad to pierce, with unfleshed steel man's morion. Thrust the rapier of your art, singing for rapture through my heart. I died, and you, by death refreshed, washed in my blood, gave up my soul to love, who, seeing us enmeshed, wept, and with one smile made us whole. Whence you have all life's gold for gain, and I am grown a boy again. I am 1,000 worlds withdrawn from these long leagues of sand and sun. I am with you in the windy dawn. I am with you when night's fingers run over the desert, when the dunes lift up their faces to the moons. I am blind to these, my life's one ache. My tongue is swollen, my lips are burnt, my body shivers for your sake. For this last lesson I have learnt, Layla, my life, my night, tragic and true, I never loved till I loved you. For you have fixed the boyish dream and saved the man from love's wraith. Your love rekindled hope's blue gleam, and hope fulfilled requickened faith, and faith confirmed renewed the birth of a new heaven and a new earth. Mine is the only star that ever left the lone cross to blend its ray with my lion's heart and dare endeavor to knell the night and dim the day. Mine is the only maiden worth the wooing ever won on earth. This poem is called On the Edge of the Desert.
photo of me from 3 years ago?
Some few that are attending this. Alright, let's take a look. You stay on stage and
Gotten on the ballot yet because the ballots aren't right. This is candidate Congressman battlements of the This is candidate. Why don't you say battlements?
Okay, was one of those times.
Sure, we need 700 signatures. This is candidate battlements.
Okay, was one of those times.
Sure, we need 700.
You open hell, and then the furies of the fates spring forth on the winding charges of the ice and the night. Saw in a vision such a need of Congress.com. The agony is criticism, even though the blood's not. This should be a job for Congressman. Out of blood drink, birds upon the brink. They will charm you, pass and go. Logically opposed to everything Jen stands for.
Oh my gosh.
This is candidate Congressman John Kitover reading poetry to defeat Daryl Hunt in the 16th District. Go to johnforcongress.com. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to this YouTube account. Thanks so much for being here. This poem is called On the Edge of the Desert. You come between me and the night that was my queen till you arose. Come between me and the light. You come between me and the snows. Sun, the sands, the horizon. Since you are come, all these are gone. Leave me some love for the trees, some passion for the moon and stars, some ache of spring, some sigh of sea, some echo in love's ancient scars. To witness how your reign began, that among men I was a man. No voice in life alludes but yours, no sight, no sleep amaze mine eyes. Night sways my dull distemper tours, the light renews my scaled sighs. Half a man's span I have lived. In sooth, you have found the elixir that gives youth. From the most austral east, you drove on the most fortunate wind blows. Galleon piled with treasure trove, the sun's gold, silver, the snows, all jewels, all virtue.
In your
on stage.
gotten on the ballot yet because
There's a few years behind us with school.
You really let all the stops down.
Oh yeah,
Bruce, you suck!
unsatisfied customer.
Set that tag.
This is candidate Congressman John Kitover reading poetry to defeat Darren LaHood in the 16th District. Go to johnforcongress.com. The name of this poem is On the Edge of the Desert. This is part 2. I died, and you by death refreshed, washed in my blood, gave up my soul to love who, seeing us enmeshed, wept, and with one smile made us whole. Whence you all life's gold for gain, and I'm grown a boy again. I am 1,000 worlds withdrawn from these long leagues of sand and sun. I'm with you in the windy dawn, I'm with you when night's fingers run over the desert, when the dunes lift up their faces to the moons. I am blind of ease, my life's one ache, my tongue is swollen, my lips are burnt, my body shivers for your sake. For this last lesson I have learned, Layla, my knight, tragic and true, I never loved till I loved you. For you have fixed the boy's dream, saved the man from love's wraith. Your love rekindled hope's blue gleam, and hope fulfilled requickened faith, and faith confirmed renewed the birth of a new heaven and a new earth. Mine is the only star that ever left the lone cross to bend its ray. My lion's heart in dear endeavor to knell the night and dim the day. Mine is the only maiden worth the wooing ever won on earth. Layla, my knight, enshadowed me, drawn down mine eyelids, bid me sleep, and dream of thee, and dream of thee. Wake and weep, awake and weep. I care not which, so thee I find, present or absent in my mind. The next poem is called Rosa Decidua. O Rose, thou art sick, the invisible worm that flies in the night, in the howling storm, has found out thy bed of crimson joy, and his dark secret love does thy life destroy. Blake. Rose of the world, if so, then what a world! What worm at its red heart lay curled from the beginning, plucked and torn and trampled and utterly corrupt is she that was the queen flower unexampled in gardens goodlier than Arcady. O thou, whose body was my lair, whose soul lay on my mouth like a live coal, this time thou hearest not my song, thine ears are stopped with worse than death, and all this wasted breath of mine, the songs of 6 most memorable years of ecstasy and agony.
John Kitover reading poetry. Darren Hood in the 16th District Judge on Congressman.com. The name of this poem is This is Canada Congressman John Kitover reading poetry. Darren Hood in the 16th District. Go to JohnForCongress.com. The name of this poem is On the Edge of the Desert. This is part 2. I died, and you by death refreshed, washed in my blood, gave up my soul to love who, seeing us enmeshed, wept, and with one smile made us whole. Whence you all life's gold for gain, and I am grown a boy again. I am 1,000 worlds withdrawn from these long leagues of sand and sun. I am with you in the windy dawn. I am with you when night's fingers run over the desert, when the dunes lift up their faces to the moons. I am blind of ease, my life's one ache, my tongue is swollen, my lips are burnt, my body shivers for your sake. But this last lesson I have learned, Layla, my night, tragic and true, never loved till I loved you. You fixed the boy's dream, saved the man from God's wraith. Your love rekindled hope's blue gleam, and my hope fulfilled requickened faith. And faith confirmed, renewed the birth of a new heaven and a new earth. Mine is the only star that ever left the lone cross to blend its ray. My lion's heart in dear endeavor to knell the night and dim the day. Mine is the only maiden worth the wooing ever won on earth.
Layla, my night enshadowed me, drawn down night, mine eyelids bid me sleep, and dream of thee, and dream of thee. Wake and weep, awake and weep, I cannot which, so thee I find, present or absent in my mind. The next poem is called Rosa Decidua. O Rose, thou art sick, the invisible worm that flies in the night, in the howling storm, is found out thy bed of crimson joy, and his dark secret love does thy life destroy. Like, Rose of the world, if so, then what a world! What a worm, any dread how they curled from the beginning, plucked and torn and trampled and utterly corrupt is she that was the queen flower unexampled in gardens goodlier than Arcady. O thou, whose body was my lair, whose soul lay on my mouth like a live coal, whose time thou hearest not my song, thine ears are stopped with worse than death, and all this wasted wrath of mine. This is Canada Congressman John Kitover reading poetry. Darren Hood of the 16th District, a super deck creator, super. Now, he has.
Okay, this is going to be a new poem. Thanks for being here with us in the lives. Okay, this next poem is called Rosa Decidua. This is candidate Congressman John Kitover for the 16th District, reading poetry to defeat Darren LaHood. The name of this poem is called Rosa Decidua. Oh, Rose, thou art sick. Invisible worm that flies in the night, and howling storms found out thy bed of crimson joy, and his dark secret love does thy life destroy. Like, Rose of the world, if so, then what a world! What worm in its red heart lay curled from the beginning, Plucked and torn and trampled and utterly corrupt as she that was the queen flower and exampled in gardens goodlier than Arcady. Thou, whose body was my lair, so lay on my mouth like a live coal. This time thou hearest not my song, thine ears are stopped with worse than death. All this wasted breath of mine, the songs of 6 most memorable years of ecstasy and agony may not attain to charm being into love again. This is no tragedy of little tears. My brain is hard and cold. There is no beat of its blood. There is no heat of sacred fire upon my lips to sing. My heart is dead. They say that name thrice over, Rose, 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 even as lover should call to lover. There is no quickening, no flood, no flows, no water wells from the dead spring. My thoughts come singly dry, contemptuous, too cold for hate. All I can say is that they come from some dead sphere without me. Singly they come, beats of a senseless drum, jarred by a fool, harsh, unharmonious. There is no sense within me or about me. Yet each thought is most surely known for a catastrophe, no climax of a well-wrought tragedy. Single and sterile, I am here for naught. I have no memory of the rose-red hours, no fragrance of those days amid the flowers lingers. All's drowned in the accursed stench of this damned present. Past years of boredomness has found foul waters drench my earth, elves, filth. With what cold eye one scans this body that was so long since 2 years, I wrench my soul to say it. All a man's delight, come look at it. This leaden skin, with ochre staining its amorphous gray, all that elastic brilliance passed away. Minute, invading wrinkles where the flesh is soaked away by the foul thing within her soul, the bloom so faint and fresh, smudged to a smoky glow as one may see at sunset in the factory lands, the lips thinned and their color sickened into slate. Eyes like common glass, the hair's gloss, dull, the motion is gone, all pendulous and fat, the breath that was more sweet than Lebanon, and all the flowers and honey and spice thereof.
Soothe your nose and soften the blows with the #1 motion tissue, Puffs.
Let's do some yoga. Farmer's market. So,
in your roar.
Come between me and the night. It was my queen till you arose. Come between me and the light. Come between me and the snows. Sun, the sand, the horizon. Since you were come, all is gone. Leave me some local flowering tree. Some protection for the moon slaves. Some acre springs inside of seas that echo in love's ancient skies. The wind was air, your rain, man, among men I was the man. No voice in life of yours but yours. No sight, no sleep, but these my eyes. Night sways like dolorous tempered tones. The light renews my scale of sighs. You come between me and the night. It was my queen till you arose. You come between me and the light. You come between me and the snows. The sun, the sands, the horizon. Since you have come,
Oh, Christ. Gillette Labs blades last 50% longer. 5-0.
John fucking Kitover. There's a John fucking Kitover. God. John fucking Kitover. Oh man.
During the hood. The name of this poem is called Rosa Decidua. Oh, Rose, thou art sick. Invisible worm defies the night. The howling storms found out thy bed of crimson joy is dark secret love. Does thy life destroy? Like Rose of the world, if so, then what a world. A worm in its red heart like curl from the beginning. Popped and torn and trampled, utterly corrupt as she that was the queen flower and exampled in gardens goodlier than Arcady. Thou whose body was my lair, solely on my mouth like the live coal. As time thou hearest not my song, thine ears are stopped with words of day. And all this wasted breath of mine, the songs of six most memorable.
John, look at that profile. Fucking K. That's it.
This is no tragedy of little tears. My brain is
John
hard and
fucking
cold.
K.
There is no beat of this blood. There is no heat of sacred
Oh,
fire
rock
upon
with
my
the
lips to
wand.
sing my heart
Sounds
is
in the
dead.
cut.
They say the name thrice over. Rose, rose, rose. Even as love. Name thrice over. Rose, rose, rose. During the hood. The name of this poem is on the edge of the death.
Okay, this will be Rose Poem Part 2. It'd be funny though if that shit's Shrek would be so funny. Not funny, crazy, yeah, I believe, but I think it's funny comedy.
So we call this grand entry area and hallway the yellow brick.
Okay, this will be the second part of the Rose poem. This is candidate Congressman John Kitover running for the 16th district to defeat Darren LaHood. This is the Rose poem, part 2. Thank you for being here. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. Like, share, subscribe to this video. This is the Rose. I am here for naught. I have no memory of the rose-red hours. The fragrance of those days amid the flowers lingers, all's drowned in the accursed stench of this damned present. The past year's bought, this is found, foul waters drench my earth, all's filth. With what cold eye one scans this body that was so long since 2 years, I wrench my soul to say it. All man's delight, come, look at it. Its leaden skin with ochre staining its amorphous grey, all that elastic brilliance pass away. Minute invading wrinkles where the flesh is soaked away. The foul thing within her soul, the bloom so faint and fresh, smudged to a smoky glow as one may see its sunset in the factory lands. The lips, thinned and their colour sickened into slate. The eyes like common glass, the hair's gloss dull, the muscles gone, all pendulous with fat. The breath that was more sweet than Lebanon, and all the flowers and honey and spice thereof ripe for my soul's kiss eagerly to call, now like a corpse 3 weeks drowned, swollen by sun and water and vermin. There she sways and stares, and with the jaw dropped all awry, first swears, then lurches, then she slobbers unctuously. I am not old, I am quite beautiful. How have I lost your love? Pitiful, pitiful, most pitiful. This is no tragedy of little tears. This worm was in her blood, lurking for thrice 5 years. And now I see him, that old slime that leers, where Bacchus smiles, that evil and averse God that is holy curse. He is holy blessing to the wise, this thing invertebrate, this sewer flood, compact of treacheries, meannesses, and lies. Horrible thirst, infamous beastliness, dirt and disease, so sottish wallowing. yet sensitive to pain so hideous that sometimes he appears all pain, all fear, all hate, so slavish, yet so fierce a king, a tyrant to himself, insidious and cunning as some sordid sorceress, capable of action or control, yet a black gulf to drown so strong a soul. He lay close curled within my rose's heart. There is no blame, yet what avails all art? See, reeled back beneath the blow of her breath, she comes smiling to me that disgust changes the drunken lust.
Give me just 30 seconds. Here's what you're missing about Factor. Trust me, Factor isn't your average ready-to-eat meal service. It's made performance food easy for me. I get up to 50 grams of protein per meal, plenty of fiber, and all without overdoing it on carbs. I feel so ready to take on my day, especially with the new protein options. And there's none of that fake stuff. No high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors or colors. Factor fuels your goals with facts, not fluff. So what are you waiting for?
This is Canada Congressman John Kitover running for the 16th district to defeat Darren LaHood. This is the Rose Poem, Part 2. Thank you for being here. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. Like, share, subscribe to this video. This is the Rose. I am here for naught. I have no memory of the rose red hours. The fragrance of those days amid the flowers lingers, all's drowned in the accursed stench of this damned present. The past year's bought, and this is found. Foul waters drench my earth, all's filth. With what cold eye one scans this body that was so long since 2 years. I wrench my soul to say it. All a man's delight. Come, look at it. Its leaden skin with ochre staining its amorphous grey. All that elastic brilliance passed away. Minute invading wrinkles where the flesh is soaked away by the foul thing within her soul that blooms so faint and fresh. Smudged to a smoky glow as one may see its sunset in the factory lands. The lips, thinned and their colour sickened into slate. eyes like common glass, the hair's gloss dull, the muscles gone, all pendulous with fat. The breath that was more sweet than Lebanon, and all the flowers and honey and spice thereof rang for my soul's kiss eagerly to call. Now like a corpse 3 weeks drowned, swollen by sun and water and vermin, there she sways and stares, and with the jaw dropped all awry first swears, then lurches, then she slobbers unctuously. I am not old, I am quite beautiful. How have I lost your love? Pitiful, pitiful, most pitiful. Is this no tragedy, dear, tragedy of little tears? This worm was in her blood, lurking for thrice 5 years, and now I see him, that old slime that leers, where Bacchus smiles, that evil and averse God that is wholly curse. He is wholly blessing to the wise, this thing invertebrate, this sewer flood, compact of treacheries, meannesses, and lies, horrible thirst, infamous beastliness, dirt and disease, so sottish wallowing, yet sensitive to pain so hideous that sometimes he appears all pain, all fear, all hate, so slavish, yet so fierce a king, a tyrant to himself, insidious and cunning as some sordid sorceress, capable of action or control, yet a black gulf to drown so strong a soul. It lay close curled within my rose's heart. There is no blame, yet what avails all art? See, a real bank beneath. Says Canada Congressman John Kitover ran for the 16th district in defeat Darrell LaHood. This is the Rose Poem, Part 2. Thank you for being here. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. Like, share, subscribe to this video. This is the Rose. I'm here for naught. I have no memory of the rose-red hours. The fragrance of those days amid the flowers lingers, all's drowned in the accursed stench of this damned present. The pasture's bought, and this is found. Foul waters drench my earth, all's filth. With what cold eye one scans this body that was so long since 2 years, I wrench my soul to say it. All man's delight, come, look at it. Its leaden skin with ochre staining its amorphous grey. All that elastic brilliance passed away. Minute invading wrinkles where the flesh is soaked away by the foul thing within her soul that blooms so faint and fresh. Smudged to a smoky glow as one may see its sunset in the factory lands. The lips, thinned and their colour sickened into slate. The eyes like common glass, the hair's gloss dull, the muscles gone, all pendulous with fat. The breath that was more sweet than Lebanon, and all the flowers and honey and spice thereof rang for my soul's kiss eagerly to call. Now like a corpse 3 weeks drowned, swollen by sun and water and vermin, there she sways and stares, and with the jaw dropped all awry first swears, then lurches, then she slobbers unctuously. I am not old, I am quite beautiful. How have I lost your love? Pitiful, pitiful, most pitiful. Is this no tragedy, dear, tragedy of little tears? This worm was in her blood, lurking for thrice 5 years, and now I see him, that old slime that leers, where Bacchus smiles, that evil and averse God that is wholly curse. He is wholly blessing to the wise, this thing invertebrate, this sewer.
I got these blueberries in the refrigerator, and they're like the most amazing blueberries I've ever had.
In your arms and guide his step.
Now,
I do stay on steady.
God on the ballot yet. Yeah, sure, Sesame.
Okay, should we do one more poem?
Worst thing is I don't have any more coffee.
strike, like, share, subscribe to this video. This is the Rose. I'm here for naught. I have no memory of the rose-red hours. The fragrance of those days amid the flowers.
since 2 years. It wrench my soul to say it. Old man's delight. Come, look at it. Leaden skin with ochre staining its amorphous gray. All that elastic brilliance passed away. Minute invading wrinkles where the flesh is soaked away by the foul thing that the soul blooms faint and fresh. Smudged, smoky glow as one may see its sunset in the factory lands. The lips, thinned and their color sickened into slate. Eyes like common glass, the hair's lost dull, the muscles gone, all pendulous with fat. The breath that was more sweet than Lebanon. Old flowers and honey and spice enough, ripe for my soul's kiss, eagerly to cold. Now like a corpse 3 weeks drowned, swollen by sun and water and vermin. There she sways and stares, and with the jaw dropped all awry, first swears, then lurches, then she slobbers unctuously. I am not old, I am quite beautiful. How have I lost your love? Pitiful, pitiful, most pitiful. Is this no tragedy, dear? Tragedy of little tears. This worm was in the blood, lurking for thrice 5 years. But now I see him, that old spine that leers, mocking smiles, an evil and averse, God that is holy curse. Use them only with the utmost restraint.
Okay, this is gonna be the Rose Part 3. Where is my hat? My awesome little hat. This is candidate Congressman John Kitover running against Darren LaHood in the 16th District, reading poetry to unseat and defeat the super Bauer, super spender, super taxer Darren LaHood from Rockford to Peoria. This is the Rose Part 3. Yet sensitive to pain so hideous that sometimes she appears all pain, all fear, all hate. So slavish yet so fierce a king, the tyrant to himself, insidious, cunning as some sordid sorceress, capable of action or control, yet a black gulf to drown so strong a soul. He lay close curled within my rose's heart. There is no blame, yet what avails all art? See, reeled back beneath the blow of her breath, she comes smiling to me. That disgust changes her drunken lust into a shriek of hate. Half conscious still beneath the obsession of the will of all she was before her death, she so hell boils over and she rages, it seems to countless ages, with all the vile abuse that had degraded Glasgow's grievous stews, with all the knowledge of despair, striking me cunningly, striking everywhere, mutilating the corpse of my dead love with such a savagery, intensity above, all understanding that it bleeds again as a corpse should bleed at the murderer's touch. Then, not content, she must needs smutch. All my past purifying pain, turning all life to a thing foul and or yet imaginable man, who asks me for my tears. She flings the body of our sweet dead child into my face with hell's own epitaph, profanes that shrine of infinite love and infinite loss, my empty shrine, the one shrine undefiled, my one close clasped cross, and hers as much as mine, profanes it with a hideous laugh, and a lie flung with a curse that I must hear and must not stamp on the snake, because forsooth this was my love, my peace, my faith, my truth, the rosebud of my youth. It was, it is not, it can never be. This would corrupt God's body with a breath. I see him sicken and swoon, I see him rot through, though his tabernacle be eternity. This makes a man catch hold of death greedily like a harlot in the street, plucks by the arm some sot, Death shakes me off with a hoarse curse, tied to this woman. His beneficence were too like heaven, and heaven somehow to earn, no doubt, no way that I know. Hell's enough if hell would only burn and silence the one devil word of love. Aye, death slinks off. I have a child that claims my life, to keep from knowledge of her mother's fate, to keep from heritage that up to shield from the world stop, to watch them out the seat of medicine, her God that has held back, me back from hate.
Yet sensitive to pain so keen. Sometimes all pain, all fear, all hate. So slavish yet so fierce the king, the tyrant to himself, insidious.
Big day, everybody. That's the spirit. We're having lots of fun. What's going on? Oh, the Homes.com network just hit 100 million visitors. So we're throwing a party now that we're the go-to site for home shoppers.
You don't think that's a little over the top?
Over the
Mr. Pickles. Okay, we're still not through this Rose poem. Okay, it's JohnForCongress.com. I'm gonna end these live streams. I'm gonna go sit in the sun and relax. I hope you enjoyed this poetry today. Go to JohnForCongress.com.